Well, good morning, everyone. Today I want to talk about something that personally I find frustrating about recovery. I get on here and I talk about all the gifts of sobriety and all the wonderful things about recovery. But there's another side of it that maybe you haven't considered. One of the gifts that is in my mind this morning, it seems to be a double-edged sword. I can be helpful to the newcomer. That's a gift. That's a gift of recovery. I can be helpful to the new guy coming in. When a fella comes into recovery, he comes to his first meeting, whether he's there on his own free will, or he's there because the judge told him to be there, or he's there because his family's giving him a hard time about his drinking and he's just trying to get people off his back. That one I can relate to. I was there once. He stands the best chance of recovery when he's the one that's sick and tired of his drinking. Not when somebody else is sick and tired of his drinking. The newcomer stands the best chance when it's his decision to come to AA and try to recover from his alcoholism. The part that I see as a double-edged sword, when you have someone in your life who's not in AA, but is beginning to show signs of needing to be. And what do? Even if they were reaching out for help, as a family member or a friend, close friend, a loved one, the best that I can do is point them in the right direction and then step the hell out of the way. See, when you're close to the person that's trying to recover, if it's someone you've known for years, you love them, you care about them, first of all, you're probably pushing them into recovery before they're ready. And second of all, you're not the right person to help them. That I find very frustrating. When it comes to helping others recover from alcoholism, I feel like I really have what it takes to help. I'm not boasting. I've been there, man. I've been there, I've done that. I've gotten through the early stages of recovery. I've gotten to this point in my life where I'm comfortable with the recovery that I have today. By helping others get to this point in life, man, it's awesome. It really is. But I find it extremely frustrating because I'm the last person to be able to help someone who I'm close to. Now, I can't say that it's always like that, but it's always been that way. Ever since I've never seen like a mother get her son sober in AA. I've just never seen that happen. I've never seen a father get their son or their daughter sober. It just doesn't happen. I can't get a girlfriend sober. It's just not going to happen. I can't force a wife to go to AA. It's an inside job. Recovery has to start with a huge amount of willingness on the sufferer's part. So I don't want to sound negative or anything like that this morning, because I'm not a negative person, but I'm feeling some of that frustration of not being able to be helpful to someone that I love and care about, and I see what they're doing to themselves. So if they're fighting different pieces and parts of the program, okay, that's understandable. But if someone is in complete denial of their alcoholism, It's up to them to break through that denial. That denial can keep us out of recovery for years. Years. I know. Denial is very strong for me. And I think more so because my father was an alcoholic and in recovery. And I had sworn that I wasn't going to be like my father. That denial is a major obstacle, whether the person that you're trying to help is a loved one or not. Denial is an obstacle that has to be overcome. And that's why step one is what it is. We admitted we were powerless over alcohol and that our lives had become unmanageable. Someone who's in denial can't say that honestly. When they were writing the traditions, Tradition 3 says that the only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. Originally, they wanted it to say the only requirement for membership is an honest desire to stop drinking. And they had to change that. Because even if it's a little bit of a white lie. See, the part about wanting to quit drinking for an alcoholic, especially in the beginning, is that yes, they want to quit drinking, but they'd like to be able to keep drinking. You know? I think alcoholics are of two minds. One part of the mind wants to drink, and the other part of the mind doesn't want to drink. And until you can get to the point where your desire to not drink is stronger than your desire to drink, until you get to that point, I don't think you stand a chance in recovery. I know I didn't. So yes, it's frustrating trying to help someone that you love and care about get into recovery, because if you're close to them, you're seeing the patterns. You're seeing yourself in them, in their behavior and their actions, and the way that they drink. So you're seeing it sooner than they are. In my case, I had to experience the consequences of my drinking before I could break through the walls of denial. Those walls of denial, they're thick. They're very, very thick. And so for me, it was a lot of consequences. And you know, if it's someone that you love and you care about, you want to prevent them from experiencing those consequences. There's no shortcuts. No shortcuts available for recovery. Everybody's got to do it their own way, but they've got to do it. Okay? There's no shortcuts. To get to step one, I had to break down the walls of denial. And to break down the walls of denial, I had to experience the consequences of my drinking. So it doesn't matter how much you love someone or you care about them or how much you want to help prevent them from experiencing all those terrible consequences that you went through. It's unfortunate, but you got to just sit back and wait. Now, our responsibility statement says that when anyone anywhere reaches out for help, I want the hand of AA always to be there, and for that, I am responsible. For that, I am responsible. When anyone anywhere reaches out for help, I'm not responsible to help someone who doesn't want the help. You know, I remember I was a Boy Scout as a kid. I remember my dad saying, yeah, Boy Scouts help little old ladies across the street, but before you do that, you better make damn sure she wants to go. Don't be dragging some old lady across the street. Same thing, you can't drag somebody through the steps. You can't drag them into recovery. You know, Judges try to do that all the time, and you know, I can't say that never works. You know, judges sending people to AA. Sometimes that's worked. I've seen it. But for the most part, all it does is plant a seed. Now they know where they can go when the time comes that they're ready to recover. But in the meantime, it's just a mean time. I know there's got to be a few of you out there with friends, family, loved ones, people that you'd like to be able to help to get into recovery, but you can't, and you wish you could. Hey, if you're going through that, leave me a comment. You know, let me know how you're dealing with that. And are you frustrated by your inability to step in and help? You know, hey man, I'm the sober one in this relationship. I'm the sober one, and I should be able to help. But not if they're in denial of their alcoholism, and not if they're not willing to do what it takes to get sober. If their desire to drink is stronger than their desire to stay sober, guess what they're going to do? It's unfortunate. It really is. And I'm sure that my father, who was in recovery, who watched me go through all of that, he made himself available, but he never once tried to drag me through the steps. And it's because he had learned that he's the last person on earth that could help. Not only is he the last person on earth that could help, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready until I was ready. So now I'm ready to go start my day. So you guys, thanks for showing up. I really appreciate you guys so much. And I probably don't tell you that enough. Any of you that watch me but haven't subscribed yet, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. I love it. I love having subscribers. The channel's growing a little bit, and it feels good. So anyway, shoot me a like, shoot me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. You guys have a great day, all right? I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.